Boom! Live and direct. Back at the chilling spot. Back at the chilling spot was on fire this morning. You know, that's what we need to revive with a big spiritual fire. We need to cultivate that fire inside so we can inspire others, we can stay inspire ourselves. Very important. Cutting off the bullshit from our life. Getting rid of all the nonsense. All the stuff that's restraining us from seeking better days, because right now this is the state of humanity. We're on pause, we're comfortably numb, so we need a bit of seeking out of that invisible box. Seek out the invisible box, you know, realize that there's no box, and we have to create a shift here outside of the dead overlay, the dead vibration. It's the dead vibration that are killing us. The dead vibration are killing us slowly but surely, and then you end up committing a spiritual suicide and selling your soul, and so that's not what we intend to do. Intend to keep living a life of greatness, not of misery and nonsense and low vibration, stuck in your own shell. And so it's to come out of that shell, speak to the world. You know, we all have something great to offer to this world, but it's to tap in it. Tap in it. Once you tap in it, you're gone. You're gonna be flying high. That's what I said the other day. It's about starting to fly. You know, we want to take flight. Hold on, I'm gonna sit down with this. Yeah, what I was saying, we've got to take flight. We got to take flight and move out of this realm of negativity and nonsense, and you start flying high. Once you start conquering yourself, you start knowing who you are. When you start knowing who you are, when you start having a feeling of who you are, that's a great leap forward. But that's the work we have to do all on ourselves, is get to know ourselves more and more. Get to know ourselves on a deep spiritual level. You can know yourself, you can know your name, you can know your family name, you can know little stuff. We know the external stuff about ourselves, but we know very little about the inside. And that's what is worth to revive, you know, that spiritual fire that we need to revive inside each and every one. Need to revive that spiritual fire and to bring something, create something magnificent with our life. And we have the power to do that. We have the power to do all the things we need to do here while we're alive. Impossible that I came here without power, without the power of reasoning, first of all, on my life, and create something. Life is too, yeah, there's lots of lies and deception, but that's their deception. That's their deception and their madness and their bad vibration. And I don't think we have to give in into this and make it pour our whole consciousness into this nonsense, dead overlay. That's all I'm saying. It's time to move out that cage. Break the cage open for good. And once you break it open, it's gone. You just made the shift. You enter a new paradigm. And that's what we all need. We all need to enter a new paradigm to see life differently, on a different level than what we've been taught, than what we've been used to. You know, we've been used to see life on a certain, with a certain vibration. We've been used to see life with a certain vibration. Now that we are able to see something a little bit bigger, see the bigger picture, that should empower you. That should empower you to live a great life. If you know how the game is played, you can then play the game. Not play their game of materialism, but you can enter the theater and know your role a little bit more. Know more about yourself, know more about the role you have to play here. You know, we all have something to do. We all have been gifted with some kind of mission, but it has to be developed. That sense of mission is not something that will come instinctively. You will not be in. We all been endowed with a great seed of greatness, but it's not germinating in every one of us. And to make, you have to water it. What do you do to make a seed germinate? And after grow, you have to constantly water it and nurture it. So that's what we got to do with ourselves. Constantly nurture and water ourselves with water of greatness. So call it whatever you want. But it's about nurturing ourselves, nurturing all life. Not just ourselves, but all life. Nurture all life in the process and create something magnificent out of this experience that we're in. You know, we're in an experience. It's called life. Life to me is more than just working 9 to 5 and running the slave mill. It's more than running the slave mill. It's about a greater, much greater vibration than that. And even for me today, it's hard to even talk about it and say, oh yeah, it's that kind of vibration. Like, I still have to get in touch with more vibes, but at least I'm seeking reality. I'm not stuck in an illusion and waiting for a savior to come and save me. I want to create my own salvation, leave my own legacy and live my dream and create a living soul, not a dead soul in a dead overlay. But that's what pretty much we're all creating, is we're not creating a living soul as with a living dream. And that's the goal. We want to create a living dream. You know, we're here for that. It's clear to me that I'm not here for a random purposes. I'm here for a clear purpose, and the purpose is something that you are. Once you start finding your purpose, you become it. You become the purpose, and that's a great feeling when you want to become the purpose of what needs to be change. And you know, once that's how you're gonna feel the change, you're gonna feel the vibration changing, the shift happening inside you. And that's what we should create, an enormous shift inside ourselves. So by creating that shift also, we can be very focused and inspire each other on the way to create who's eager to live a better life. I don't think anyone's eager to live a better life. So it's just a matter of designing that life. That's going to be hard for sure, but who says life was going to be fair? I didn't enter here expecting it to be fair. It's very unfair. Birds eat worms. Do you think it's fair for them? No, but they still eat worms. I'll be back.